Hi, and welcome again to this latest episode of the Plata Ward 4 Update podcast and video. This is Dave Jenkins, your current Town Council member from Ward 4. Today is Monday, April 28th, 2025. I wanted to jump back on pretty quickly to provide some additional context and clarification about questions and questions to the Plata Town Council candidates at recent forums about campaign financing and disclosure, and I just wanted to provide a little bit more clarification and context for that. And again, the opinions expressed here are solely mine and do not express the views of the town of Plata at all. So when each candidate runs for office, just like I did in 2021, the candidates who have filed to run now, when they filled out the forms, one of the forms they had to complete was called a financial disclosure. I'm sorry, let me go back. It's required a certificate of nomination. So it just asks for the basic questions about your name, address. You have to provide 5 people that say you live in the town and you're a registered voter. But the real important point is there is a pretty substantial financial disclosure statement and forms that have to be completed. And I just wanted to briefly tell you what they are. I'm going to give you the link in the notes to this video. But as part of this financial disclosure statement, the first one they ask you about is what they have different schedules. And the first one's called real property interest. What properties do you own, whether it's here in the state of Maryland or outside the state. Schedule B is the interest in any corporation or partnerships. Schedule C talks about interest in non-corporate business entities doing business in the town of La Plata. Schedule D, have you received gifts? Schedule E, officers, directorships, salary employment, and similar interests. Schedule F is debts you owe, any debts. Schedule G, family members that could be or may or may not be employed by the town. Schedule H is employment business ownership. And that's really that form. So each candidate that's running for office right now at the general election on May the 6th, they had to complete this form and submit it to the town for clarification and for validation. So once that was done, then they could run for office. And like I said, I'm going to give you a link to this as well in the notes to this video. And then annually, and I've done this, you have to file also an annual financial disclosure statement. That's required of each elected official, the mayor and the council, every year. And you submit that to the town, and then I believe it also goes up to the state, but it also goes to the Town Ethics Commission for their review. And it's the same schedule thing, same things they ask when you filed for office. It's the same kind of questions, and again, including so it's the same schedules. So I'm not going to repeat all those, but they do go to the Town Ethics Commission, and you're supposed to file those by April 30th of each year. So I filed my last one this year at the end of March. So that's on record, or it will be on record once the Ethics Commission reviews it and I get a notification that it's completed. So again, each year the town council and mayor have to file that form. Now, and that's not to say this is a perfect system, but I just wanted to provide some clarification. That's what we have to do when we run for office, that I had to do, and also once you're elected, it's an annual requirement. So that hopefully provide some information and context about how folks finance their campaigns, but also on an annual basis. And then just on a personal note, I know there were some other questions about disclosure of the current candidates and what they've, how they finance their campaigns. So just for, and I know I responded to one of the candidates as well. But just for the record, and just so you know, even though it's been 4 years. So when I ran in 2021, I had a self-financing campaign. I spent $500 or $550. I received no outside contributions from any person or organizations, and I didn't ask for any as well. And frankly, I know this is hindsight, but I wouldn't accept it anyway. I don't feel it's necessary to do that from my own view. And I created a spreadsheet, so I have all those receipts of what I spent it on. It was primarily on getting signs made. I think I had 21 signs made that I posted around the town after I got permission from the property owners to put the signs on their properties. And then I spent some additional funds on creating little business cards with my campaign information on it. And then I think I spent some additional minor stuff on getting some internet domain names and some other technical stuff to help me run a campaign online. And that's really what I did. Now, I don't, and I know some of the candidates have already talked about, their current finances to date and the source of those funds, and I just wanted to provide, again, this kind of a context. And so this is also related to my previous video about ex parte communication, because I think they are related and I think they're important. And I do think that the residents need to know up front and during the year, what as candidates, but also as elected officials, we should be transparent about those activities, because you don't want to have the sense of not being transparent. You want to be impartial when you have to make decisions at the council level with respect to the budget, reviewing development projects, and those types of activities. So I just wanted to quickly jump on and give you this very brief video update of what's required as a candidate when you file, and then on an annual basis to provide a financial disclosure statement. And I'm in preparation. I'm going to be hopefully posting very shortly another video podcast about our last town council meeting under this current town council and mayor. It was on April 22nd. We talked about the capital budget. So I'm preparing that, and hopefully I'll get that out pretty quickly. But what I'm waiting for is the link to the La Plata YouTube channel, which videotapes or that tape is on. The meeting video is on La Plata's YouTube channel, and I want to make sure that's up and running, and therefore I can refer to specific time hacks when we talked about the capital budget. So again, thanks for listening and watching. Again, I would urge everybody to vote. I know it sounds like a broken record, but I think, again, it's important that you have a say in who you want to lead your town in the next 4 years. So please get out and vote on Tuesday, May the 6th, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Town Hall. Thanks again. Stay well, stay healthy, and enjoy the spring weather.